Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And the Devourer Demon Hunter is the new specialization coming to the next expansion, Midnight, and it's received a lot of attention and kind of tune-ups in the most recent updates for the alpha. So I wanted to give it a test run through one of the new dungeons. We're going to be going into the Den of Nalarak. We're playing at max level. I've focused my character around Void Blade and more of the melee-focused abilities that are available for the Devourer, because this is the build that received the most amount of attention, and I really want to see what it's capable of. Basically, we're going into the Den of Nalarak. This is a new dungeon located, in Zalaman. I'm expecting some very interesting Amani troll aesthetics from this dungeon moving into this, and we're gonna have our little follower buddy give us, the lead the charge here, because I've never been in this dungeon before. So we're gonna see how this feels for the first time in the alpha. Does the specialization seem like it's gonna be able to, cut it in a competitive scenario? So you start off by meditating at the fire, and then that transfers you completely into a different area of the dungeon. That's pretty cool. All right, so a little bit different than the Havoc Demon Hunter. We don't have Immolation Aura. We have Soul Immolation, which actually hurts us. So when we press that, it's going to give us some power. And we have abilities like Consume, which will spawn shards on the ground, which we can spend with Reap. So the rotation is generally Consume into Reap. And then obviously we have Void Blade in between if our little monster buddy there didn't die. Apparently we can pick some berries if you want to pick some berries. It looks like they've updated the UI a little bit since the last time that I've played, because these auras here were not tracked previously, which is interesting. You can see which buffs. I wonder if you'll be able to manually select these buffs or not in the near future. But Soul Immolation, we'll try our Void Blade out here into the Void Reap. You can see it does a lot of damage there. And we also have I-Beam, of course. A little bit more of a void infused version of it. We also have the Hunt, which does AoE damage now. It's pretty nice with the extra AoE damage. I'm really liking the Void Blade when it transforms. It's kind of similar to what they've done with Death Knight, where your Scourge Strike transforms into like Festering Scythe or something like that. They seem to be taking mechanics that work well for one spec and then just giving them over to the next spec. We have our Void Metamorphosis, so I'm going to load up my Soul Immolation here and just to test this out, which gives us access to Collapsing Star, and it empowers our Hunt. So we get this big Collapsing Star, we can go for a big Hunt. That ability hit really hard. Our Void Blade also looks like it's empowered and looks freaking sick. Okay, we like that. We like that. And then it's kind of like Void Form from Legion Shadow Priest, where this Metamorphosis Fury Bar is going to start draining rapidly, and you can pick up souls to kind of, prevent it from declining. But inevitably, if your tank is not pulling pull to pull, might be a little bit. I have talents that are supposed to help out mitigate this between pull, and it looks like it is helping at least a little bit. And again, the main gameplay loop is just Consume and Reap, and then I assume Void Blade when you have it into the Void Scythe, which looks really cool. I like that animation. You can also get a reset on your Vengeful Retreat with that, so you can bounce in and out from the fight, because you don't need to always be in melee range, which is nice. So if there's like some important mechanic that's going on that you need to avoid in melee range, you're not going to have to worry about that at all. And you can kind of dictate how much damage you're going to do based on how many little purple guys are on the floor, and you have the option of either running over and picking them up or using Reap to gather them and blast your opponent. And you're just trying to build up energy so that you can get into Void Metamorphosis and so that you can get that Collapsing Star. So it's an interesting gameplay loop. I'd say that this feels pretty fun when it comes to PvE or like dungeon situations. A little bit concerned with the casting in PvP, but I do believe that they'll be updating that. And it looks like you get Void Blade resets as well, which is pretty cool. So I do like the being able to weave in and out like this. You can go from caster to melee, go in and out. It's kind of similar to how a Survival Hunter would be able to take advantage of those types of situations. And if you don't have a Reap, although we just got a reset, it feels really good. We got our Void Metamorphosis, but obviously we're not going to want to pop it here on just one little dude. We want to be saving that for the big dude because we want to be, maintaining our Metamorphosis as long as possible. We don't want to just be wasting it. Looks like there's quite a lot of RP in this dungeon. So we're going to make an offering. We're picking up some apples. And he's thanking us for picking up the apples. We fed the bear the apples. Said you're supposed to feed the bears, but apparently we're feeding the bears. And now you know what? It's time to reset a lot of our cooldowns, because our Metamorphosis is going to reset them. And then we can Metamorphosis, and then we go for the Big Bang attack, into the Big Bang Scythe attack. Oh my god, the damage we do is disgusting. Like, look at the percentage on the health of the mobs. Like, the damage meter might not be working, but I can feel my damage on these mobs. Like that you can just chunk them. You can just fit, like, I've played a lot of different classes now in the testing phase, and you can just absolutely crank with your cooldown window like that. Also interesting little tooltip update. I do wonder if they're gonna, a lot of this stuff still needs to be updated. It's obviously alpha, but I wonder if they'll give a purple version of all these talents so that, you know, we renamed it Void, but now the color is still Fel, it's still green. So like, are we gonna get purple versions of everything? And there's a lot of talents where it still says Fel Rush, and we don't have that. We have Shift, which allows us to teleport and blink, and we can also go up Z-axis, although it looks like they've made sure we can't. The MDI shortcuts? MDI shortcuts? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see in the future there, but main goal, consume, reap, the general basic rotation, until obviously you can use your eye beam, and you obviously want your soul immolation aura up. So it's probably like a medium level of complexity as far as like rotation, not super difficult. Looks like we go fishing in this dungeon also. So you guys want to go fishing? Am I gonna have to click this? It's now the next big question when it starts circling. Now this UI, I gotta be moving my UI around a bit. Now I'm not used to being able to see like rejuvenation on myself, and I think this is always gonna be like a work in progress. I know for myself, with the add-on removal and stuff like that, I'm really hoping that they incorporate big debuffs. That's like my MVP GOAT add-on. I really hope they bring that into the mix, but we go for the hunt, into the reap, into the big scythes. Oh my god, when you get the scythe resets there, it feels really sick. Okay, this feels fun in dungeons. This feels very fun in dungeons. I'm excited to do some more PvP testing later. I'm hoping that they'll be able to enable the new training mode, which just doesn't work when you try and queue it up. It just gives you a Lua error and bugs out. Just so I could see like what the numbers look like on, even if they're just an AI NPCs, but I'm assuming they'd be PvP tuned. Kind of see what types of damage outputs you're able to get with this. But now you can see we got our Void Metamorphosis empowered, so we'll be able to get a big collapsing star likely here on towards one of these next pulls. Our tank is patiently waiting for us. So we want to reset our cooldowns, or use them so that they reset. Although the mobs might just die before we get to that point, but here we go, we can reset now. And then we can collapsing star, and oh my god, Void Blade looks so cool and hits so hard. Collapsing star just absolutely crushes. And we don't even have time to I-beam before it's all dead, bro. We don't even have time to I-beam. I feel like this is going to be a monster spec, bro. This is going to be a monster. I still have the hunt. And go for that. The blue version of it. See, they've updated the animation. So we're going to have completely unique Void skill sets, basically. I feel like almost, not really like a Void Shadow, or a melee Shadow Priest just because we don't have dots, but definitely do like the animations. I feel like a raid boss with these animations that they have. It's a super cool rotation. Seems like my build, it lacks the sustainability to hold my Void Metamorphosis for very long, so I'm not getting like multiple collapsing stars. Because right now I'm playing the Void Blade build, but there are other builds where you can focus around collapsing star and chaining them together and getting a bunch of those big hits. I figured that might not be so good in a follower dungeon because the mobs are gonna die too fast. But if you're like a higher keystone level, chaining those together could absolutely be remarkable. You can also go for like Void Beam AoE. If you want to do that instead. So it's got a little bit of customization as far as options. And this is like the most fleshed out testing I've been able to get on this because they just enabled max level, so you can actually get all the talents with all the Apex, all the hero talents that have actually all been implemented here as well. So this is actually very fun. This is actually a lot more fun. So it looks like we've got all 6 offerings gathered here. So Captain Garrick is going to be leading us, I imagine, to the first boss of this dungeon, which I really like the aesthetic of this expansion. I think they're doing a great job of like leaning into nostalgia, bringing back Zalaman, the Amani trolls, going back to Quel'Thalas. I feel like it's gonna be great for players who are really, you know, interested in returning to the game. So now it looks like we got to place the apples. Oh, what is this gonna do? Is it gonna impact super? Oh, it summons. Oh, it challenges people, or they get distracted. Oh, they get distracted. Oh, so they're pinning down our guy here. Oh, is this gonna be like that dungeon in Kata where we get like a teammate? Or is this guy going to come and attack us? Because I don't really know what to expect. I've never seen this, so this is going to be a first time. I'm imagining either this guy stands up and gets really big and bad, or he's going to join our team, maybe like that Cataclysm dungeon, and start just farming enemies here. But we've got rid of all of the avatars of starvation. We fed them with some apples. And now the Hoardmonger, he's awakened. He looks like a furbog bear, dude. Okay, yeah, we gotta fight him. All right, so we go back into our basic rotation of consume and reap. Also just pop the hunt. We'll probably get enough power here to go into Void Metamorphosis in a moment anyways. Oh, the resets on that Void Blade feel really cool. And then we can get our I-beam already, dude. Look at that, we can just I-beam again. We're just collecting souls to get to our Void Metamorphosis. Keep soul immolation aura going so we can keep getting little souls on the ground to pick up. And if you don't have a reap, you can just manually go in. Void Metamorphosis time. Oh, we reset everything, dude. We're gonna just oh my god, we're just gonna crank him with damage. cranking them, dude. Oh my god, this is... Okay, oh, we can dodge that with a little shift, quick little blink. Get back into spamming Consume and Reap. Get some souls on the ground to feed our Void Metamorphosis so we can keep it up as long as possible. Looks like he's casting some circle here. Little rotten mushrooms. Green circles on the ground. They've also done a good job of improving like visuals and animations in dungeons to be more clearly distinct, right? I don't really feel like I have to have an add-on in order to go and do this. I kind of wonder if there could be an option for shift to like charge at the target instead of having to click the ground. Because there's been a lot of abilities where when you have to click the ground, they add in like a talent revamp where you can then kind of just hit a targeted area or hit a targeted mob instead. Because I do think there's an advantage to being able to control where you go, but sometimes you might just want to be on autopilot and just use it to charge the target. I don't know if it's possible to even incorporate that at all. It's just something I'm noticing right now. Or maybe that's the skill of the spec. This is looking beautiful, dude. We're just going into the spirit realm of the Amani trolls right now, and it looks like Deathwing was here or something. What is going on over here? All right, Captain Garrick, where are we going here for the rest of the dungeon? We got to get our hunt off and our Void Blade, big Void Scythe, into another Void Blade. Oh, I love getting it. Oh, they hit pretty hard, though. Also, as a Demon Hunter now, your Blur doesn't provide dodge, but it just gives you flat damage reduction, so it's like a bark skin. And I have 2 of them, so that's really good, like damage reduction utility to trade against like most mechanics, at least when it comes to dungeons. So I think that likely, on the defensive standpoint, looking pretty good. You obviously have AoE stuns, so maybe I should be tossing out an AoE stun here and helping the group out a little bit to try and deal with all of these casts that these guys seem to be doing. Circles on the ground look bad. Don't stand in them. Void Blade, Void Metamorphosis. I'm going to stand in this one, bro. I got to get the Collapsing Star off. I'm sorry. Okay, I shouldn't have. It interrupted my Collapsing Star, and if you get interrupted on Collapsing Star, it just stops the whole spell. That's got to get fixed, Blizzard. That cannot go live. If I get stunned or knocked on my Collapsing Star, I just lose my whole Collapsing Star completely, and I can't do anything? No. That's not good. That cannot go live like that. We need to... Oh, I love Void Blade. I don't want to never not play that. That feels really fun to press it. You just explode with this giant, like, big swirl of cleave. All right, we just keep spamming Devour here. Get some souls on the ground. Reap them up. Oh, I aggroed something, guys. I'm sorry. Don't vote kick me. Don't vote kick me here, guys. I got big consumes. I also have an AoE Fear. So we have AoE Fear. We have AoE Stun. Like, we have great utility as far as that. We have good damage mitigation. We have great AoE, and I would imagine sustain AoE as well when talented for it. This right now feels like more of a burst AoE build that I'm focusing on. So, I mean, from a competitive standpoint, I think that it likely has a good shot. And obviously, that's barring tuning, right? Like, they pick numbers that are too low, then it's not going to be competitively viable. But as far as toolkit and base mechanics, I don't see why this wouldn't be able to have a fair shot. It's got good team utility. It's got darkness. It's got all types of crowd control that you need. And apparently we can shift up walls. Oh my god, the mob just runs away. All right, he's running. It's like that dungeon in Legion, Fenrir, where you attack him and he gets injured and then he starts running away. Okay, I don't like those birds very much. Don't waste your I-beam on the birds like that. It might not be a good way. It's probably not a good idea to do that. Don't waste the I-beam on the birds. Just keep Soul Immolation Ore up. Keep farming in some souls. We can pick them up off the ground when we don't have Reap. So a little bit of a mini game while you got your move cast. And you can pick these up. I didn't talent for the cast speed reduction on Consume because I felt like with the Void Blade resets I might not need it. But maybe it would have been worth it. Again, I feel like build experimentation is going to change as you get more gears, you get more stats. Certain talents will likely become more or less valuable in those circumstances. So this playthrough is really just to try and get the core idea of it, see if it's fun, see if it's got potential. And I definitely think that it has potential. Now, I don't really want to waste my Void Metamorphosis on one little bear. I'm sorry, little bear. I know you're very important and very mighty, but I don't really want to waste my biggest cooldown on you, so I'm going to get rid of him over there, and we're going to keep chasing down the Storm Elemental here. Now, I feel like Lieutenant Garrett can probably handle some big pulls, so let's see how much Captain Garrett can handle here. We're going to aggro a lot, and we're going to really put this spec to the test, all right? We got our Void Metamorphosis. We got Collapsing Star. Oh, it's going to knock me up, and I'm going to get set. Oh, I got it off. It was worth it. Oh, we got big cleave. This is super cleave. Oh, look at that cleave. We got to use cooldowns now because we're taking some big damage. All right. Big reaps. Big consumes. Big pressure. Stun everything. Yeah, Captain Garrick's got this, dude. Captain Garrick's got this. We got big AoE stuns, big AoE fears. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that Captain Garrick has got this. We can go for the hunt. We can get massive cleave from that. Oh, we got a Void Blade reset. We want to press that. Oh, we like that. We like that. Oh, we like the Void Blades. Big I-beam cleave. Cheese him down. Oh, it looks like the bear gets stronger when you kill the little babies next to it, like a mama bear. That's going to be an interesting mechanic on Mythic Plus. So it's kind of like you got to be careful about AoEing those mobs. On follower mode, I can just do whatever I want, but I think on higher level difficulty, that's going to be something really important to pay attention to. We can just consume and reap spam. I-beam here with the Looming Tempest. He seems weaker this time. Oh crap. He knockbacks into mob. Be careful, guys. Don't vote kick me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to aggro that, alright? It's my first time in the dungeon. Go easy on me, okay? Don't be mean. Just keep spamming consume. Is he gonna teleport away? Oh no, we get to finish him that time. I was expecting him to like lead up to some like big elemental boss or something at the end of this, but it looks like it's not. Looks like it's not. Feels a bit awkward to like finish a mob off single target. It's got really nice cleave, nice ramp when things are like all at full health, but then when it's starting to come down to like the last couple of mobs, it feels like it slows down quite a bit. Now, I kind of want to pull a lot here. Oh, wait, what's going on? This is some Legend of Zelda thing. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm going to wait for Captain Garrick. I don't know what's going on, and I'm scared. Why did the winter? Do we have, like, Frost Resist gear on? Guys, if they brought Frost Resist gear back, they are definitely nostalgia baiting. Because, like, what is this, dude? When you get up here and it starts using these cold winds, like, there's definitely going to be some nostalgia baiting, I think, going on here. All right, I'm using the Void Metamorphosis, bro. I got to go, dude. I need to get my Void Blade off. Boom. Oh my god, I'm a Death Reaper when you have all those cooldowns going on. That is going to be a fun little burst window to come through with. Alright, we get the Glacial Revenants here. But how are you guys feeling with the ability prune, with the add-on removal? Is this something that you're looking forward to? Something that you're grimacing and you're worried about? Honestly, I was expecting the PvPers to be a little bit more negative towards the pruning, but I feel like PvPers in general are actually more positive about it. The first time they did pruning in Warlords of Draenor, oh, we have to hide behind the rock. We can use shift to hide behind the rock. Oh, look at that utility, bro. In case you're stupid like me and you don't know, you got to hide behind rocks to avoid the snowstorms that come through. That's a very cool mechanic. I like this dungeon. I like it a lot, you know. Get the Avatar of Determination. I'm determined to destroy you. Take him down with an I-beam. Big reaps, look at all those souls in the ground for me to harvest. We got our Void Blade. Big Shatter Void Blade. I know, I I-beam nothing. It's fine. Oh, we got a little mob back here. Oh, our allies get frozen. We have to break them free. It's like Hodir and Uldar. This is a very interesting dungeon. We've gone like, we're going to like the 4 seasons right now, which is cool. We had like the little summer season. And we got winter. Oh, we gotta hide, guys. We gotta hide. All right, we'll go back here behind the corner. Finish off these Glacial Revenants, and then we will get going. But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, about the ability pruning. I feel like PvPer is actually very happy about it. It seems to me the people who are the most upset about add-ons are Mythic Raiders. The removal of them, at least. And I kind of wonder why, because I feel like add-ons in general is just an arms race between Blizzard having to develop mechanics that are more and more complex, which then for average players just gets too ridiculous, right? Gets way too ridiculous. Like, this type of mechanic is very straightforward. Oh my god, a windstorm. I need to hide from it. Let's go behind a rock. That seems like very much understandable. Then here's 5 different things that spawned. Organize them perfectly left to right in this order or you're going to wipe instantly type of deal. I feel like it's a lot better. All right, let's go Void Metamorphosis time, baby. I-beam of justice. Oh my god, the Void Blade cleave is insane. The reap damage is insane. Oh my god, I love Void Blade. It's gonna get nerfed, bro. There's no way. Anytime I play something, it gets nerfed. Void Blade's gonna get nerfed because this is too good. It's too fun. I just can feel it in my bones that it's gonna end up getting nerfed. But so far, this is very fun. I like this. Very, very fun. Very, very fun. And I've been struggling because I want to pick a character for Mythic Plus and I want to pick a character for PvP, and I don't really want them to be the same because I think gearing up for both at the same time is kind of hard on one character. So I kind of want to split them up. I also want like a different experience, but this is very fun. Now the only challenging part is that if it's tuned and it's not strong, you know, you're a DPS, it's gonna be hard to get in a group. That's one thing I do have concerns about. Looks like we got a little windstorm. Time to go back behind the tree.
It's too far
I don't even think we need to do this, except that it's gonna literally push you off the map. Now where are these mobs going? Now I've seen some very interesting bugs in these dungeons, so I'm always like on the lookout to see what's going on. Can you venture retreat out of this route? Oh, you gotta kill it. Okay. All right, the windstorm is gone. Looks like Captain Garrick went to a different rock and left us behind. Oh, that would have wiped us on Mythic Plus, dude. Like, what are you doing? You can't just go off on your own like that. We're all just trying to take cover. So you got to learn where all the little cover spots are to hide and get away from the engagement before you get to the next boss. It's a very cool aesthetic in this dungeon. This might actually be my favorite dungeon that I've done so far. Obviously, I'm a druid main, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I just feel like this is a really cool layout from everything that I've seen. I do like these health bars. I feel like the spec's kind of nice because there's not a lot of like debuff tracking. It's very visual instead of debuff oriented, which I think is something maybe they should consider doing for other specs more and modernize the specs. Because I like the visuals much better than just like tracking a ton of buffs and having them layered over top on the left of your health bar, and you're just looking at a number as opposed to like a visual field. I'm not a big fan of the visual fields. I'm aggroing the bear, dude. You can't stop me. All right, we got the big void blade here. My void blade hungers. Big AoE cleave, we love that. All right, and we got our metamorphosis. Trying to do a collapsing star here into the void blade shatter combo. Oh baby, we love the shatter combo. I-beam just draining him, dude. Big souls on the ground for some massive reaps. Void blade again. Oh. There's a lot of circles on the ground, and we got a gift for cover. All right, we should be good now. All right, looks like we're closing in on probably the second boss here. Oh my God, is it gonna? Oh, get out of the snowstorm, dude. I actually wonder, bro. They should do a Why am I spacing out on this? Tonka? Not Tonka. That's Star Wars. What are the fisherman dudes? I can't remember the fisherman dudes. I feel like a fraud. Is it gonna be a fisherman boss? What is that? Is this Jaina? Whenever I see this type of aesthetic, I assume it's Jaina. They're telling me to click it, so I'm trusting. We're channeling, we're summoning. Really roleplay elements here in this dungeon. You gotta like work together as a group. Very immersive. I like the eyes on the bears lighting up also. It's a nice little touch. And it looks like we're gonna fight a furbog, but this time he's a bear. He's a rock bear. Rock bear furbog. Oh my God, I'm lagging out. Oh no, what just happened? We're disconnected. Oh, would have thought. You know, the server's gonna come up or not? Right in the middle of an epic boss fight, dude. Are we gonna be at the beginning of the dungeon? Are we gonna be completely reset? Is it over for us? Is this the end of our journey? Is this the end of our run? Is this the end of the line? I don't know. Find out on the next episode of Hope that Captain Garrick tanked the boss, but looks like it might be the end of our episode here, guys. Alpha be alpha. But I think regardless, we got a pretty good taste of what the Devourer Demon Hunter is likely going to be delivering to us. There's obviously a lot of like maintenance, quality of life, janitorial things that they need to do, as far as just like visuals, name adjustments to the void specific ones. I'm sure that there's probably a lot of bugs that I haven't been able to specifically get too much involved with, unless we're getting into the dungeon. No, we're not. We're not getting into the dungeon. But I think that was a good breakdown. Really cool dungeon mechanics. Love the visual improvements. Doesn't feel like I need add-ons at all to play that spec, which is nice. And I love the visuals. Absolutely love the visuals. And I feel like its mechanics, core gameplay mechanics, definitely have some good viability for low-level, mid-level, and I even think high-level keystone pushes. And then obviously when PvP test phasing, you know, I think it's likely going to be more beta at that point, which I think if you pre-order an epic version or something like that, you'll get access to it so that we can all get on and test it. We got to give as best of a test as we can, because like this is like feels like the big shot for bringing World of Warcraft back for a lot of returning players and possibly new players. So very important to leave your feedback. So as always, comments down below with your experience, what you've been observing so far, your biggest concerns. Thank you guys very much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.